dragon to attack Kynesgrove. Why? Why there? There's no...
Please, take pity on an old madman. Being old's not so bad. I'm too old. Huh?
Lightly armored means light on your feet. Ah. You can set off that junk at bits and pieces.
I've got weapons forgiven, armor forget.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
You got business at the stables? Work hard for the future? And leave the past. Been about 8 years now. I used to be a mercenary, but one trip to Ravenscar Hollow cured me of that. There's hag ravens in that cave with talons like daggers. To open your bowels quick as you wink if you let them get close. A creature like that'll make a man think long and hard about what he wants out of life. If you're heading up to Solitude, you should stop to check out the view on your way. It's a good one.
Your skin's as pale as the snow. You scared of sunlight or something?
We could always use help picking crops if you need a few extra coins. Until next time.
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
My father was all... I've seen some truly wondrous sights since I took to the seas. I had no idea a man could die in so many ways.
You'd better have a damn good reason for being here. It takes a brave soul to wander onto my deck. It'll take more than that to leave in one piece.
Whatever you're about to say, don't bother. I don't want to hear it.
Forget wine, women, and wealth. Give me a calm sea and a good book, and I'm happy.
What hole did you crawl out of?
You talk to Ed Brothers. Deja has no words for you.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. Yes. If she wants to pay the 2,000 gold tariff, then we'll be all set. I suppose I could make an exception. I do like her spiced wine. Fine. Tell Yvette's son her shipment will be brought up to Solitude shortly.
You have no knowledge of who you speak to. Go.
Find your hand in my pocket. I'm going to cut it off.
Spiced wine for you? It's a family recipe. Thank you so much. I swear it's a fight with them every shipment. Here's something for your troubles. Be careful out there.
Apples, tomatoes, leeks,
Everything all right?
Now wait.
Somebody help! Just a scratch. Yeah! This is the end for you.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and I'm too old to work. That don't make me too old to drink.
I'm a little busy at the moment. You were there for Rogvir's execution. Most people head over to the Winking Ski. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip. Thank you for helping my aunt earlier. I'll see you around.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever.
Hello, my Khajiit friend.
Destruction magic's fine. Just don't go burning down the buildings.
The Divines saved me from the streets, and they can save you from your towers as well.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would? That's a load off my mind. Here's your pay. Stay safe.
When I was a young rascal, I broke a man's arm with a single punch. Of course, I had a horseshoe hidden in me. Debts are debts. Either he pays them, or his kind do. All right. Have it your way. Tell Arktiev to forget about the debt. Keep your sword arm strong.
Being old's not so... You've done a fine thing for me. You know, I used to be quite a warrior in my day. Let me show you a thing or two. Always good talk. Good to see you again.
Please, don't interrupt the court.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafingar's people will always be safe under
Your
my
Eminence,
rule.
my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed. Do you have business with the court? Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here's your reward. You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work. That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? Maybe you've been listening to Eriker. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and you'll pay those rumors no. She may be young. You do well. Absolutely not. That wing has been sealed for hundreds of years, and for good reason. They say the ghost of Pelagius the Mad still haunts it. Ghost or not, there are reminders of his dark rule that are best left buried away. Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace is an open forum.
If you have business, please see Falk Firebeard, my steward. Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say. For it grieves me to speak of it.
Fighting battles against the Stormcloaks.
It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent. Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon. A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen.
Often the general has lost good soldiers because he did not take Ulfric and his men seriously. If this continues and the worst comes to pass, Solitude will pay the price. The Empire is headquartered here after all.
We don't have the luxury of hanging back to see who wins before choosing our friends, Briley. You know this. And besides, no Nord with a shred of honor.
If you have business, please see Falk Firebeard, my steward.
Yes, of course, but Ulfric's message is a powerful one. More of our people flock to his cause every day.
Husband.
Have faith, Briley. When this war is over and Ulfric
at
is
your
dead,
service.
You'll see that you were jumping at shadows.
What do you have to report about the state of Hafingar's defenses?
The news is the same as it's been for the rest of the
Feel free to return
the
to me.
Imperials are good for business and business.
Oh, most certainly. At least when Elisif herself asks. If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience, let me put it this way. The Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership.
Less commerce. Less commerce means less money and more starving people.
I'm
and that
a
means
Thane.
more crime.
In the future, you may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot and all that.
Good. We've wasted enough time here.
I can always find time to share a word with a warrior.
Watch your feet. We just clean there. Not in your life. It's dangerous in there. And Falk doesn't even like me and Ertie going in every year to clean out the spiders. If you really want to, just be careful of the ghost. He snuck up on me once and scared me sick. It took a week for me to feel better. If Ertie caught me chatting, I'd never hear the end of it.
Oh, hello. Just tidying up.
Need something?
And doesn't answer to me in the slightest.
Right through me. Besides, I have so many things to do. So many undesirables to contend with. Naysayers, buffoons, detractors. Why, my headsman hasn't slept in 3 days.
You are far too hard on yourself, my dear, sweet, homicidally insane Pelagius. What would the people do without you? Dance, sing, smile, grow old? You are the best septum that's ever ruled. Well, except for that Martin fella. But he turned into a dragon god, and that's hardly sporting. You know, I was there for that whole sordid affair. Marvelous time. Butterflies, blood, a fox, a severed head, and the cheese to die for.
Yes, as you've said countless times before.
Harumph! Well, then, if you're going to be like that, perhaps it's best I take my leave. A good day to you, sir. I said good day!
Yes, go. Leave me to my ceaseless responsibilities and burdens.
How rude! Can't be bothered to host an old friend for a decade or two. Really? Ooh, what kind of message? A song? A summons? Wait, I know! A death threat written on the back of an Argonian concubine. Those are my favorites. Well, spit it out, mortal. I haven't got an eternity. Actually, I do. Little joke. But seriously, what's the message? Were you now? By whom? Wait! Don't tell me. I want to guess. Was it Molag? No. Little Tim. The Toymaker's son, huh? What? The ghost of King Lysandes? Or was it one? Yes! Stanley, the talking grapefruit from Passwall. Ha! I'm wrong on all accounts, aren't I? Ha! No matter. Honestly, I don't want to know. Why ruin the surprise? But more to the point, do you, tiny, puny, expendable little mortal, actually think you can convince me to leave? Because that's crazy! You do realize who you're dealing with here. Jolly good guess. But only half right. I'm a mad god. The mad god, actually. It's a family title. Gets passed down from me to myself every few thousand years. Now you can call me Anne-Marie. But only if you're partial to being flayed alive and having an angry immortal skip rope with your entrails. If not, then call me Sheagorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness. Charmed. Now that's the real question, isn't it? Because honestly, how much time off could a demented Daedra really need? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. That's right, I'm done. Holiday complete. Time to return to the humdrum day-to-day. On one condition. You have to find the way out first. Well, good luck with that. Ha! I do love it when the mortals know they're being manipulated. Makes things infinitely more interesting. Care to take a look around? This is not, I dare say, the Solitude Botanical Gardens. Have you any idea where you are? Where you truly are? Welcome to the deceptively verdant mind of the Emperor Pelagius III. That's right! You're in the head of a dead, homicidally insane monarch! Now, I know what you're thinking. Can I still rely on my swords and spells and sneaking and all that nonsense? Sure, sure. Or you could use the Wabbajack! Huh? Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you? You've headed down the path of dreams. Unfortunately for you, Pelagius suffered night terrors from a young age. All you need to do is find something to wake our poor Pelagius up. You'll find his terrors easy to repel, but persistent.
Never should have come here!
something to crow about. With Pelagius up and about, you're moving right along. We'll both be home in no time. Choice! Well, good for me. I find everyone being out to get you so terribly entertaining. You might find it less so. You see, Pelagius's mother was, well, let us say, unique. Although I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, she was fairly average for a septim. That woman wielded fear like a cleaver. Or did she wield a cleaver and make people afraid? Get that part right. Oh, but she taught her son well. Pelagius learned at a very early age that danger could come from anywhere, at any time, delivered by anyone. Objective here is simple, you simpleton. Use your wabacha to defeat the enemy, while they do the same. Oh, I thought you'd never figure it out! With the threat gone, Pelagius is under the delusion that he's safe, which means you helped him out, sort of. And we're that much closer to home. Now this is a sad path. Pelagius hated and feared many things. Assassins, wild dogs, the undead, pumpernickel. But the deepest, keenest hatred was for himself. The attacks he makes on himself can be seen here fully. They're always carried out the weakest part of his fragile self. The self-loathing enhances Pelagius's anger. But his confidence will shrink with every hit. You must bring the two into balance. Here we go! Here we go! Wonderfully done! Pelagius is finally ready to love himself. And continue. You won't even live to regret this!
Yes? Yes?
I have a saying. I'm not going to feel what you have to like. Or something like that. Fixed is such a subjective term. I think treated is far more appropriate, don't you? Like one does to a rash or an arrow in the face. But no matter. Heartless mortal that you are, you've actually succeeded and survived. I am first to honor my end of the bargain. So, congratulations. You're free to go. I have been known to change my mind. So, go. Really. Pelagius Septim III, once the mad emperor of Tamriel, now so boringly sane. I always knew he had it in him. Pelagius! Now, surely even you know about Pelagius's decree. On his deathbed, oh, and this was inspired, he forbade death! That's right! Death! Outlawed! Inside the mind of Pelagius, silly. Oh, is it your first time? Well, I suppose it's back to the Shivering Isles. The trouble is, we get into what I've done simply boggles the mind. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Clothes, check. Beard, check. Luggage. Luggage. Now, where did I leave my luggage?
Master, you've taken me back. Does this mean we're going home? Oh, happy times. I can't wait to...
Yes, yes, that's quite enough celebration. Let's send you ahead, shall we? As for you, my little mortal minion, feel free to keep the Wabbajack as a symbol of my... I'll just take the damn thing. You take care of yourself now. And if you ever find yourself up in New Sheo, do look me up. We can share a strawberry tart. Ha ha! Ta-ta!
Oh, hello. Just tidying up.
Sabine Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton. No, that honor is Sabine Stentor's. A smart man steers clear of Stentor, and keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day. Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough. I make sure Erica keeps breathing. Oh, I think you'll find that magic is rare in Skyrim. Winterhold, though, the college there has it in abundance. Look there if you wish to learn.
Steward, I have an idea that might help to bolster the morale of our
My duty is
people
to
in
keep
this
the Jarl
difficult
safe,
time.
not play
I
nursemaid to
think
you
we shall have a
sycophants.
grand parade, and let General Tullius mark. As you know, Solitude's coffers are much depleted by the war efforts. Thane Eriker, you have a strong head for business. What do you suggest?
This is an unfortunate but unavoidable ebb in revenue. But as long as we continue to support the Empire, our sacrifices will be well rewarded.
Listen to you, speaking of sacrifice. You've never gone hungry a day in your life, Eriker.
And what would my impetuous Thane Bryling suggest instead?
Simple. Let the Empire fight its own war, with its own funds, and without hijacking our supplies and soldiers. Let Haffingar rebuild.
My lady, surely you're not that naive. Such foolishness would only leave us defenseless. The rebels would storm the palace in an afternoon.
The Stormcloaks only rebel because the Empire uses Skyrim as its personal larder. The more they take, the more support the rebels gain.
That is quite enough. Perhaps I will raise these issues when I have an audience with General Tullius.
It's nearly time to collect taxes on your properties here in the city, Briley. We'll need to visit each home for an assessment.
Is it that time again already? Very well. Let's meet this evening and make the arrangements.
Be quick. Excellent. I think you'll be glad. Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
The news is the same as it's been for the rest of the war, Your Grace.
I was a member of the court during the reign of Toryg's father.
At the cost of the
It was
guards,
Toryg who appointed me to the position.
I don't see any reason why we need them. As long as those dogs stay outside
Very.
our borders,
I helped
we're
raise
fine.
him. Oh, I could not have been more proud to see Toryg on the throne. He made a fine king. A fine king.
Beasts, and now there's even talk of bloody dragons.
My dear
I
brother,
was, to my shame.
barring any
The whole court was in
fancy and
attendance.
folly, the good
I've seen
people
much in my
having are
time, but
surely
that was a
capable of
gruesome
dealing
day.
with the odd highwayman or stray dog.
Because Ulfric needed a symbol. Someone he could defeat that represented the Empire. The White Gold Concordat. The banning of Talos worship. Toryg's father Islot had held Skyrim together for nearly 25 years. When he died, Toryg became that symbol.
That may well be our only answer. I will empower my steward to seek out
No, even after Islot died, the Moot voted to make Toryg High King of Skyrim. But Ulfric was at that Moot, continually talking about Skyrim's independence in terms just shy of treason. I don't think Ulfric knew how much Toryg respected him for that. If Ulfric had asked Toryg directly to stand up, to declare independence, Toryg might have done it.
There are some issues we must speak about.
Because the Dominion is a sleeping beast that Skyrim cannot slay alone. Because many Nords are part of the Imperial Army even now. Because the food and resources we get from the Empire are important to our people. Because even if we can't openly worship him, Talos the God was once Tiber Septim the man, and this is his empire. And Toryg wasn't ready to let it fall apart.
Hakengar's resources and doesn't answer to me in the slightest? This hardly seems fair.
Fair is a
I
word
hope we bump into
rarely
each
applied
other
to
again.
politics, my Grace. I'm afraid you must learn to accept this.
Thane Briley, what do you have to report about the state of Hakengar's defenses?
If you ever want to replace those old rags... That's wonderful. You've done us a great service. As promised, the outfit is yours. And here's something for your trouble. Safe.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands.
You should see me when you
You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes? It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deeja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things. Of course not. We just take what will not be missed, what no one needs anymore. Maybe we take some weapons and stop a few deaths. Who would call that thievery? I knew you. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people. We have an interest in one of those boats. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in. But if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run a... What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like... Yes, if someone were to put out a lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Turn me in? For what? What crime's been committed? A tragic and Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash. It would be best if we spoke little.
You have no knowledge of who you speak to. Go away.
Looks like you had no trouble. The effects have already been felt. The Ice Runner has failed to dock on time. Without the lighthouse, the Ice Runner will have swung wide of the western shoal and run aground on the eastern coast. My sister Dija will be at the wreck with our Black Blood marauders. She knows to expect you.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my wedding this year.
What was that? Ah! Found you!
First you murder my sister, then you massacre my men. To oblivion with your loot. This ends now. I've had enough of you! And I may still show mercy. And I may still show mercy.
You're the one casts those illusions.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever. Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
Feel free to make requests. Only in that I'm a graduate. I work here at the Winking Skeever. I would highly recommend it, though. Talk to Viarmo if you're interested. You should think about staying the night. Corpus keeps a clean inn.
Your skin's as pale. Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then. They say Falion of Morthal has studied vampires. I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore. Really? You're who she picked? I hope she knows what she's doing. Here's the deal. I can smuggle some equipment into the embassy for you. Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security very seriously. Give me what you can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've got to go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry.
With a voice wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe.
Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy. I'll take care of the rest.
Hail, Summoner. Conjure me up a warm bed, would you?
Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy. I'll take care of the rest.
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy? Good. I have your invitation to the party. But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really believe you're an invited guest. Which means you need to look the part and not be armed to the teeth. Here, put this on. When you're ready, I'll keep the rest of your gear safe until you get back. You can't go to a party at the Thalmor See you dressed like that. I guess that will have to do. Don't worry, it will. Just make sure you get back out of there alive with the info. Good luck.
Fellow latecomers to Ellenwood's little soiree. And arriving by carriage, no less. I salute you, sir. My lateness is due more to getting lost on the way up this god's-forsaken mountain than any desire to actually arrive late. I prefer to arrive early, often the day before the party, so as not to miss out on any of the drinking. Please, there's not enough drinking in the world today, wouldn't you agree?
Welcome to the Thalmor Embassy. Your invitation, please. Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger.
The Thalmor Embassy welcomes you.
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are?
With the soldiers all fighting in the war, there's nobody to hunt down the bandits. Travel has become dangerous of late.
Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine.
It's not really a
Do I have your permission to uncork the
Of
Orinthia
course.
Red?
I've told you before not to bother.
The Empire is fortunate to have the support of the Thalmor during this difficult time, don't you think?
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please.
Oh, hello there. I didn't expect to see you here. Yes, I am indeed. Elenwen always serves the best wine at her parties. The food is excellent as well. Though I confess, being surrounded by so many wealthy and important people makes me feel more than a little nervous. Don't let me keep you.
I find these parties such a dreadful bore.
I admit, I've never felt entirely at ease in the Thalmor Embassy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's been so
Well enough, I suppose. Elenwen puts a great deal of effort into these parties, and it shows. I just wonder what her real motivations are. That woman is inscrutable. Good speaking with you.
Please, help yourself to more wine.
These Thalmor know how to treat a guest.
More money and influence, so they can save us from the dragon's threat.
I've known her long enough to appreciate her excellent taste in food and wine. And also long enough to respect her importance to Skyrim. She plays a vital role in rooting out the forbidden worship of Talos. As far as I'm concerned, those Talos worshippers get what they deserve. All they do is cause problems for me and the other Jarls. With the soldiers all fighting in the war, there's nobody to hunt down the bandits. Travel has become dangerous. If I had my way, I'd spend all my time at parties like this, and none of it dealing with the common rabble. Argonians have been banned from living inside the walls of Windhelm. Let's hear it. They're only allowed on the city docks now. Most of them sleep together in one. I trust you don't presume on our friendship. I'm a Jarl after all. I wouldn't want to appear foolish in front of these people. I'll try to forget you ever asked.
At least
hospitality
Ulfric's
of
men
the
are willing to
Thalmor
fight for their
Embassy
principles, barbaric as they may be.
By the way, have you heard any interesting rumors lately?
Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns
What can I get for you, sir? Here you go, sir. The finest Colovian brandy. Is there anything else I can get for you? Good day.
What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here? Ah, the one generous soul amongst a gathering of pinch pennies and lick spittles. If there's anything I can ever do for you, do not hesitate to call upon me. I need another drink.
What can I get for you, sir? Of course. Let me see if we have another bottle of that. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
My friend, a toast to a beauty. Of course! I would do anything for you, my one and truest friend. What do you need from me? Is that all? My friend, you've come to the right person. You could say that causing a scene is somewhat of a specialty of mine. Stand back and behold my handiwork. Attention, everyone! Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make. I propose a toast to Elenwen, Our mistress.
What are you
I
doing?
speak figuratively, of course. Nothing could be more unlikely than that someone would actually want her in
Let's
their
go,
bed.
before anyone notices us.
Most of you are already in bed with her. But again, I speak figuratively, of course. Fine, fine. Get your hands off me. I'll be a good boy now.
So far, so good. Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw. So, come. On. If someone misses me at the party, we're both dead.
It pleases me to hear you.
Did
luck.
you see those robes
You're on
marching
your own
this
now.
morning? Who are they with? More of the emissaries' treaty enforcers? No, they're high mages, just in from Alinor. I guess herself. You're dead! Ha!
I need that money. I earned it. I have my own expenses, you...
Silence! Do not presume, sir. You are most useful, but... We have other informants who are less offensive.
But no one else has brought you such valuable information, have they? Etienne, he's talked, hasn't he? He knows where that old man is you're looking for. He told me himself.
You'll get the rest of your money when we confirm his story, as agreed.
So he has talked. I knew it.
Everyone talks. Now, I have work to do. Leave me to it if ever you want to see the rest of your payment.
Can I could help him. He talked to me. He trusts me.
You'd like to come downstairs with me, is that it, Gizzy? Shall we loose his bonds and put you in a cell together? You can ask him anything you like and see how he answers.
No, I'll wait outside.
That would probably be best. Now, get out.
Etienne must know something related to the dragons. Who else might know? Greasy Tom? No, they'd see right through him.
Stop, please. I don't know anything else. Don't you think I'd have told you already?
Silence. You know the rules. Do not speak when spoken to. Master Rollindil will ask the...
I told you. I don't know anything else about it. What? Who? What do you want then? Yeah. Come on. This way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must lead somewhere. No problem. Thanks for springing me. I owe you. Look me up in Riften if you make it out. I saw guards dragging bodies over here. Might be a way out. They grabbed me in Riften. They seem to think I know something. They just kept asking me the same. I damn well hope so. They're after some old guy named Esbern. Something to do with dragons. I gather I've seen a guy in Riften who they seem... Not much to go on. I don't even know where he lives or his name. That's it? Now, let's get out of here. Whatever you want. But let's go, now.
Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
Never mind.
Silence.
I'm dead already.
Move. Slowly.
Is
Come
someone
on.
there?
Get
Spare the thought!
Huh? I should have known this would end badly. Believe I let Delphine talk me into this. What are you looking at? You want to talk to me after everything you've done?
Hello, friend. Glad you're here. Have yourself a great day.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful? Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that? You're right, you're right. I was sure it must have been them. If not the Thalmor, who? Or what? Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Ironic, right? The old enemies assume that every calamity must be a plot by the other side. Even so, we've got to find Esbern before they do. He'll know how to stop the dragons, if anybody does. Do they know where he is? Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. It's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Talk to Brynjolf. He's well-connected. A good starting point, at least. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
Queen, hear our call and awaken. We summon Pathema. We summon Pathema. Long have you slept the dreamless sleep of death, Pathema. No longer. Hear us, Wolf Queen. We summon you. We summon Pathema.
Yes! Return me to this realm!
As our voices summon you, the blood of the innocent binds you with fear. Summon with words, bound by blood.
What? What are you doing? Fools! You cannot bind me to your wills.
Summon with words, bound by blood.
You ants don't have the power to bind me!
Something is wrong.
Word is Elenwen's furious. Big party at the Thalmor embassy. And one of the guests
Likely
went
armored
someplace they
means
shouldn't. Of course, quite smart.
Hello, friend. Look at it. That's real Nord craftsmanship, that is. Let me show you an old trick I learned as a scout. Makes it harder for the... Need to notice you.
You've returned. Good. What did you find at Wolf Skull Cave? Potema herself? Please tell me you stopped them. You've done a larger service to the realm than you could possibly know. A resurrected Potema. I shudder at the thought.
Listen to you, speaking of sacrifice. You've never gone hungry a day in your life, Erica.
And what would my impetuous thing... There's something personal I was hoping you would do for me.
With its own funds, and without hijacking...
Falk told me what you did for us at Wolfskull Cave. He says you're someone we can trust. As you may know, Talos worship is outlawed in the Empire. When we buried my husband, I made offerings to all the gods, except Talos. I would like you to take an item of his, a war horn handed down from his father, and place it at a shrine of Talos. Thank you. It would mean a lot to me.
never should
Come
have
here.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice, shouted him apart.
It's a fine day with you around. Falk said I could count on you. You have more than earned the right to purchase property and take the next step to becoming a Thane. Speak to Falk when you have the funds, and thank you. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honor. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is no— You help my people and purchase a house from my steward, and I'll make you my Thane. Good luck to you. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Steward, I have an idea that might help to bolster
May the gods
morale
watch
of our
over your
people at
battles,
this
friend.
difficult time. I think we shall have a grand
She
parade,
still mourns
and let General
greatly for
Tullius
her
march his
husband,
troops from
High
Blue
King
Palace to
Torrik.
Castle Dower in
So she
order.
leaves many of the courtly details to me. Splendid. There's a house. Wonderful. Here is the key. I'd be glad to help you. And of course, now, what would you like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well, I'll make... Is there anything else you'd... Very well. Is there anything else you'd like... Very well, I'll... Is there anything else you'd like... Very well, I'll... Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well, I'll... Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
I don't see any reason why we
Very
need
well,
them.
I'll make
As
the
long as
arrangements.
those dogs stay
Next
outside
time
of
you
our
visit your
borders,
house,
we're fine.
your new
The
furnishings will be in
Stormcloaks
place.
are far from the only
Good
threat
to see you. Then by my right as Jarl, I grant you a personal housecarl to watch over your home. And I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now. Good talking to you.
Highwaymen are stray dog.
Trouble on the roads of cities is less common.
The winking skeevers got warm beds and cold meat.
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures. The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you. All right then. to see you.